Good to see everybody once again. Welcome back into our final race of this evening. Again, a little bit out of order, so bear with the schedule as we've already done the 3 a.m. race. So this is technically supposed to be that 1 a.m. race, starting a little bit late, but technically early if you want to look at the last one. So yeah, we're ahead of schedule. Let's go with that. Everybody nod your head and agree. We're totally ahead of schedule. Yeah. Now, on that note, though, let's flip this one on over. We got another, and I said it, we're going to say it a lot this week, if not every time. Another really good divisional matchup. We got TorNis on the left side. And, excuse me, he's your Denver representative. No, he does not live in Denver before the questions come out. He lives in Latvia, so no, he does not have any affiliation with that team. I'll explain in a minute. On that note, though, he's taking on his division opponent, TheBoss10987. Both looking to get a little bit closer to Bendrith here. And again, basically, if I did the math right, they both have to win out the remainder of the season to have a chance. So whoever wins this one knocks the other one out of contention to win the division. So this is a big matchup for the two of these guys. They both have to win out, and Bendrith would have to lose out the rest of the season. But again, one of these two plays Bendrith twice at the end of the year. So I'm just saying, it could still sway. It could. But on that note, like I said, whoever wins stays alive. Whoever loses definitely out of the chance to win their division here in the AFC West. But we're going to do a best 2 out of 3 race, both using Isaac in the same save file, which is Platinum God, all items unlocked. And again, we're going to race through the womb too. 7 banned items on the way down. Let me get you a link here real fast. And again, you guys can take off whenever you're ready if you can hear me. So feel free. But on that note, there's the 7 banned items. You cannot pick up Dr. Fetus, Epic Fetus, Ipecac, Dead Sea Scrolls, Holy Bible, the Shovel, Toothpicks are a special occasion. You can re-roll those or take them if you want. Oh god, that GIF. That GIF. That will entrance you, ladies and gentlemen. Don't stare into the eyes. Trust me. Just don't. On that note, though, you can re-roll any of those 7 banned items on that list. That's why the toothpicks are on there. Excuse me, though, like I said, again, it is up to them. Everything else is basically take it or leave it. Most glitches are outlawed. We'll get to anything that is allowed if we do see it. And again, best of luck to you guys. Let me get a link into both of their channels. Go support both TorNis and The Boss if you guys would. At that split link right there at cadguard.net. And again, that'll get you in both of their channels and both of their chats at the same time. So go wish them both good luck. And like I said, if you want to, root on your favorite racer. And yeah, let's spread that love around with these guys because they're freaking awesome. So spread the love if you would. And like I said, they'll take off at their own convenience. And again, best of luck. They are on a call, so they will do their own countdown. So I get to sit back and watch them and just say, good luck, guys. I did too for a second, Evil. I totally did too, but TorNis showed up right as I was about to hit the ending ads. Couldn't think of the right word. Just about to hit the ending advertisements, and TorNis woke up. So perfectly timed, and we figured, screw it, let's get this racing. So beautiful timing. Boo too. We can do that. Go on without me. Again, both looking at their item rooms here, so we'll get a real quick view at what they start their runs with. And looks like they're both getting queued up here, and they are off and running. Best of luck, guys. Definitely good start on the right, and we got a reset for TorNis. So fire rate capped out for the boss already in the first room. He takes a little bit of a damage down. But again, kind of worth it to get that fire rate as fast as it is right there for him. So very good start. Again, TorNis reset, so he's looking for a new item room. Yep, Dead Sea Scrolls can actually proc the Bible and the Shovel, both of which being banned items, so we banned it just because of that. We had a few issues last year where it also glitches out and gives you Wiggle Worm from time to time, and RTC had I think it was like 4 straight rooms where he kept giving her that usage, which does nothing. So it kept glitching out. I got a few usages of the actual Shovel effect off of that, and had to be like, yo, I don't think I could use this, but I'm going to stop and ask if I can. Oh, speaking of the scrolls, wow, oh, really? Right as we were talking about him, TorNis gonna re-roll those Dead Sea Scrolls, so let's see the no scrolls. Jeez Louise, that re-rolled into the poop, which is honestly even worse of an item, so TorNis gonna go ahead and reset. Nothing he could have done with that anyways. So back to square one on his side. Speaking of square one, the boss in a room of significance to end the floor will be fighting Pin here, again with 4 bombs. Kind of surprised he isn't lining up for the one-hit kill. TorNis going to check out this curse room. Wow, how about no luck? 4 spider spawns out of the 2 chests. That's as bad as you... Oh, almost as bad as you could get. I suppose it could have been 2 troll bombs in there. Oh, that's risky. Yeah, I was going to say, that's not where you want to go. Those spiders will screw you over. So TorNis back to the start once again. And Cat O' Nine AK fails. It's actually called the Cat O' Nine Tails. But it's not that great of an item. Does cap out your shot speed for the most part. I think you're just barely, and I mean barely shy of being capped out. One more item will do it. But again, your shots actually travel a little bit faster once they leave you and are on screen. Full card for TorNis will let him teleport back to the initial room of whatever floor he uses that on. Oh, it's great, isn't it, Stavos? And again, Cancer at this point for the boss would still double up that fire rate that he has. So if you guys are wondering why Cancer is always such a revered trinket, that would be why. So hopefully if we come across it, I'd love to see that for that tier rate. Just so we could see it once. I would love to have it come up here. There's that revenge on TorNis' side. He's going to go find that item. Ooh, boss teleporting into his devil deal, getting an immediate Krampus fight. So nothing to spend those hearts on, but free item out of it, which early on may not be that bad of a thing. So free lump of coal for the boss at the end of this fight will be as his shots travel further on screen, they'll grow in size and damage output. And it's only, I believe, 2 point some odd amount of total damage up that you could get. So not the greatest, but hey, 2 damage up if you can get that far away. Damage is damage. I'll take it in any way, shape, or form. I don't care. Especially in a race situation, go ahead, just give me that damage up. Ooh, although down to just the half heart here on boss's side, he's going to have to play this real safe. And Krampus just about dead itself. Oh, wow. So all the way back to the beginning for him as well. No, there's only the one Krampus fight, I should say. Alright, Abel, definitely not the greatest of things. We can't really call it a follower either. It does the exact opposite of what you do. So you see, as TorNis moves, the exact opposite happens off Abel. Same will happen with the shots. And piercing shots on boss's side, so he'll be able to, as the shots hit enemies, they'll keep right on going through it, whether it kills them or not. And on the right, we got our first boss fight for the basement. Same thing on the left. We see Champion Pin just barely getting hit by that bomb, getting 1 hit by TorNis, and a little bit of damage up and range increase off of that Jesus Juice. Again, that is mismarked as well. We got Champion Monster on boss's side and the Room of Significance to end the floor. And yes, again, I'm going to keep running with that. That will be the never-ending pun, because saying, the boss fight for the boss gets really, really, really repetitive. Again, it's kind of run itself out as a pun, but we're still using it. Ooh, TorNis picking up the Odd Mushroom, damage increase, and 1 health up on his side. So just what you want to see, along with your boss fight coming up in just the next room. So 1 more bomb, and TorNis will be moving on along here to his boss fight. So 1 floor advantage. I saw somebody say preemptive, hey, now everybody gets to do it. Anyone with the Taco's chat add-on, we all get to say, to famine, by form of emote. Alright, so 1 cube of meat going to be the result here for TorNis. That'll orbit around and blocking any shots that come his way that happen to come in, into contact with that orbital. Again, same thing, if anything contacts it itself, that'll take flat out damage. And he'll be moving on down to the caves. Caves 1 in this situation. And then we start seeing some of the champion mobs. That pink one would hit for 1 full heart of damage, has a few extra health points, and guaranteed to drop an item as it dies. So 1 key, out of the room spawn itself, 1 coin was out of that champion mob, and you see another one in the center here, so you'll see the same thing happen, even though TorNis cannot get to that coin. Good morning, Miana. How you doing today? Alright, item room and boss fight for the boss. Or item room and Room of Significance to end the floor for the boss, I should say, combined together here. In which, oh my goodness, we got Polyphemus now for him, so huge damage multiplier on his tiers, and they are going to fire pretty darn fast, too, with that fire rate increase that he has. So let's see how he plays this. How fast will they go? I wonder if he just holds down his shot button. A little bit of range for TorNis in his, in his item room here in Caves 1. And again, that will be a little bit of shot speed increase. They will travel faster on screen now for the boss on the right side. Polyphemus, please. I love that item. Again, boss moving on down to his Caves 1. So both on the same floor. TorNis about a half floor advantage. Yeah, we got a pretty decent fire rate. I wouldn't call it like, oh my god, it's amazing. But with piercing, again, those are dang nice tiers on boss's side. Alright, so there we go. There's that boss fight for TorNis to hopefully finish off that cave floor pretty quickly. He is down at a heart and a half here. Make that 1 heart. Alright, so now both in the same room here. We got Chubb on the right side for the boss. And again, you notice if you line it up just right, you get that piercing shot to go through all 3 parts of Chubb and do a lot of extra damage there. Quite nice, and right on through does he rip. So boss will rip right on through that room of significance. And pick himself up some health up and a little bit more shot speed increase. So he's pretty well capped out on that shot speed at this point. And he'll be on down to the caves 2, slightly ahead of TorNis, who's just about done with Fistula here. Speaking of Fistula, the mini version here on boss's side, not taking anywhere near as much time. Squeezy for a little bit of fire rate increase and 2 soul hearts for TorNis, and he'll be moving on down to his caves too, and immediately getting an item room. It didn't matter, boss had already capped out his fire rate because of having the odd mushroom, so he didn't get any more on top of it. Alright, my little unicorn, very nice find on TorNis' side in that item room. Ooh, super gluttony. Possibly nice find depending on what type of item that gives out as a mini-boss. Either way, though, my little unicorn will attach to TorNis' head and give him a unicorn horn that does damage and makes you invincible for about 7 seconds, which you're seeing in effect right now on his side. Alright, super gluttony down, just a couple of red hearts. We're open for the Balchinian there for an actual health up, and no such luck. Oh, wow. Okay, TorNis into the store, and that's why you check, guys. Okay, for once, the Caves 2 actually was not greed, and I didn't have to announce that to our racers. What it was the blue carry candle. Oh, God, and it was on sale. 7 cents. Thank you. So, here comes a game-changing item on TorNis' side. You'll see this used about every 4 to 5 seconds. It is way overpowered. Watch this. Watch the charge time. Wait for it, and we'll recharge. Fire it again. And wait for it, and we'll recharge. Fire it again. Done. That thing is overpowered, and for 7 cents, yeah, TorNis grinning very, very wide-eared at the moment, I'm sure. That is a great find. Yeah, it wasn't greed? What? On that note, we got Samson's Lock as a trinket now on boss's side. He has a random chance that as he kills enemies, he'll get a random damage up, which would have been the Blood Rage effect. So somewhere in the range of about 0.4 damage up per kill. It's a little bit more than that. I can't do math off the top of my head. 0.8 or something. Either way, though, up to a total of 6 enemies per room. And again, that is random on those. So you can still get a total of, I think it's 3.2 damage up off of that, but it is completely random when you kill enemies if you get any. Ooh, speaking of damage, Sister Maggie following around boss now, so as he fires out his tears, as will she. Pretty decent damage off of those two. Alright, a little bit more range for the boss as he takes out that room of significance on the floor containing Peep. Speaking of that, we got TorNis in his boss fight as well. Notice that still sounds wrong, even when you're talking about his opponent. Either way, though, you saw right there, the blue candle actually took out 3 of those 5 shots by Gertie. That is actually also a shield. So that finally got me to be able to prove that you can do it. Oh, Lord, that flash loading screen, and we all know what time it is. Button, and wait for fun. I love this gift, by the way. It's a no blazer. Goodbye. So again, waiting out a loading screen error here. We'll see if boss pops through anytime in the near future. Ooh, and he actually does. Possibly? Oh, did it loop? Ooh, Spirit of the Night. How about that for TorNis on the left side? That'll be flying and spectral tier ability, which will be able to get him into a lot of extra spots here that'll be a lot safer, especially in the depths, especially in a Necropolis version of the floor, the expansion version. So again, tougher enemies here for TorNis. But he's going to build up a little bit of a time advantage. His boss is still waiting out his loading screen. That's a Twinkie. Be honest, it's a Twinkie. There's that loading screen finally going through. And regular Depths 1, nothing special about it either. I hate when that happens. Oh, ho, ho. That doesn't show up often, but when it does, it tends to be in locked chest. TorNis finding himself the damage of Steven Tumor. So plus damage on TorNis's tears once again. So carry candle and now more powerful tears. And yet another item room for TorNis as well, in which we got Charm of the Vampire. Every 13 kills, that will heal TorNis for half a red heart. Isaac's Head, even more damage on a follower behind him now. And again, base damage on those tiers. Nothing that great, but hey, it's extra damage. Again, you never turn down the extra damage if you can take it. And again, no, it is not needed, but hey, we'll gladly take it. Any day of the week, you take that damage up, you just grin all the way to the bank. Yeah, Steven, and he's not little. Say what? Why do I get the feeling this may turn TorNis into like, alright, I'm only sleeping 4 hours from here on out. There's that item room as well for the boss here on the right side. And he'll head right on in to grab the rosary. So very nice find. 3 soul hearts up. Also ups your faith stat. So now as boss walks into the, wow, I'm kind of surprised it wasn't the Bible. I was about to say, that's pretty much going to guarantee that if you walk into a store, you'll see the Bible. But now you have more chance of God rooms and God items showing up. So amazingly, that was the latter, and yeah, boss didn't have enough money anyway, so you can, yeah, I'd probably pass it even if I had the money. Alright, TorNis gonna head on into his boss fight, get the bloat here, and again, yeah, it's a little bit of a risky spot to be standing. Again, I try to prove this point to our racers all the time. Drag the bloat to the bottom of the screen. Do not stand in front or to the direct side of him. I don't care if you have the blue candle or not. Make him jump to the bottom. Stand on top of him where he cannot do that double brimstone at you. You do not want any part of that. And even if you're not damaging him, just wait at the bottom. That minute that you wait is so much shorter than the 20 minutes to get back to the depths. Nicely done there, but wow, was that risky by TorNis. Again, fair warning, and that goes to all the racers. Just take your time. That fight goes so much quicker than going all the way from Basement 1, Basement 2, Caves 1, Caves 2, and Depths 1 all the way over again. Just saying. Yep, we've had pretty much everything happen, Eric, and we've had 4 full guppies this year. I believe it's 4 now. I could be off by 1. It may only be 3, but I'm pretty sure it's 4. Alright, boss moving on to his Monstro 2 fight to end this floor off here on the Depths 1. And again, TorNis going to backtrack, just grab that Eternal Heart. He'll wind up with a 4th red heart container as he moves on to his Depths 2. Again, very slight advantage for him right now. There's those vampire heals coming into effect, so that was obviously the 13th kill. We'll start that, basically, we'll start that counter all over again. So after another 13 kills, at this point 11 more, TorNis will wind up with another half-heart heal. Speaking of Eternal Hearts, boss going to grab one as well as a little bit of speed up there. And ooh, very nice double deal for him with a mark. He'll pass up Spirit of the Night, doesn't want flying. Kind of surprising with that extra health up on the way down. But even so, going to pass up flying and spectral tears, so he'll take damage and a little bit of speed up. One extra soul heart with the mark there. So even more damage. And notice now those tears on Boss's side are red. Same as the foot fight on TorNis' side. Who would have thought? But here you see the very nice effect of the candle. Even if that were a closed door, TorNis could fire that candle into it like you just saw there, and it still takes damage. Speaking also of damage, it's like everything is segueing for me tonight. I love it. A little bit of damage up and health up with the meat there, and TorNis on down to the Womb 1. In this case, excuse me, taking the Rainbow baby with me, so again, Rainbow me guys if you would. Anybody that's subscribed to Cobalt, that is, otherwise that ain't gonna work. Either way, random tears coming out, or random follower tears coming out of that follower. Again, always helpful. Nothing about that guy is bad. I love Rainbow baby. Everybody does. Ooh, how did Boss dodge that second one? That must have been the end of his invincibility frame, because wow, that was right on him. But again, now that TorNis is down in the womb, there is no more item rooms, or there are no more item rooms, no more I wish there were no more boss fights. No more item rooms, no more stores. So all you're looking for are boss fights. There's those rainbows. Thank you, thank you. I always have loved that emote. I love that hat that he has, too. That's got to be really hard to wear, though. Especially with a headset on. That's got to be really hard to deal with. Yep, no boss rooms. Wait a minute. I meant no. Oh, dang. Anyways, TorNis going to take Isaac's head again. That little bit of damage up off of Isaac's head following him around. You got Boss finding that room of significance, too, on the floor at the end of his steps, too. So that'll be Mom's foot sitting there. But again, first things first, let's grab Samson's lockback. Eve's dead bird foot, definitely not as useful. You'd have to get damage to have that even have a chance to pop out and do damage. Hopefully, should it walk into anything. But Boss will be into Mom's foot, and he'll be looking to move on down to the womb himself momentarily here. But he gets regular Grey Mom, and again, all just regular level enemies. Nothing scary about it. No expansion levels off of here. And no more boss fights. Damn, how do you finish this game? Well, you see, nobody's ever actually finished it. We're still in week 1. No, I'm kidding, obviously. Ooh, TorNis no luck once again. Another dead end on his side. And again, Boss ripping through. There's the last bit of damage to Mom's foot. He's going to grab Mom's coin purse for 4 pills. He does have 2 of the same ones. Do you bother? Ooh, how about a health up? Yes, you do. 2 health ups. Make that 3 health ups. Why, thank you, game. So he's up to 7 red hearts now. 1 range down and, 1 fire rate down. Okay, so those didn't turn out as well. But again, lots of health up there. Boss going to move on down to the womb. Speaking of which, TorNis has found his first boss fight. And obviously has cleared it out himself. So 2 of the same pills. Wow. He's just going to take 1. I was kind of curious. Therein lies the difference. TorNis going to be a little more selective and only hang on to that pill in hopes that it becomes a full health pill later on, or just happens to be. Boss was willing to take him. He had 3 of the same, so you figure out what the heck, and look how it worked for him. So again, you can see where pills can pay off, but again, it also bit Boss in the ass by having those 2 stat downs. So yes, health up, but fire rate down, and I believe it was range down. Wouldn't worry about the range, but the fire rate scares me. I would not want to lose any of that, especially having Polyphemus. Jade. Alright, TorNis actually using up a bomb there. And he would have fired out 1 tier to line anything up with that blue candle, so it's still a little bit risky, and he did a very smart move there. Wanted to stay away from any type of damage from the Mimic, and made absolutely positive that he did so. Alright, Boss still working on along here. That's probably going to split over to the right again, so he should be on a halfway decent path. And TorNis down to just 3 hearts. Looking for some sort of heal at the end of this room. Anything would be nice. You do have a candle. Candles are good. Ah, thank you, Vampire Heals. There's half a heart back to him. Alright, Sad Onion. Wow, you want to talk about that fire rate? Well, don't worry about the tier rate down thing. Sad Onion gonna really up that for boss, and notice how much quicker he's firing now. Also notice in his arrows bar at the top, he does have those double tiers. Ooh, and TorNis is coming to immediately across his mom's art fight. So let's see here. Where's boss's? Ah, I did find his as well. So 1 floor differential. Technically 1 floor in 1 room. Again, TorNis on the left in his mom's hard fight, looking to make this a 1-0 lead on his side if he can do so. Yeah, here's the wow, that dodging. Pro dodging on TorNis' side. Yikes, that was close. That was way too close. And again, boss fighting is fallen in the room of significance to on the floor at the end of his Wound 1. Already halfway through, there's that split of the fallen. You're going to get a guaranteed Devil Deal item, remember, and look at this damage. Herein lies a difference. Wow, look at that damage. And especially with the piercing shots, too. We can hit both of them at the same time. Ooh, the nail gets even more health and more damage for that matter for the boss. He will take that on down to the Womb, too, and he has to hope for a very quick find of this mom's hard fight. But this is pretty damn even still. It's just a matter of him finding that. The candle is going to be a huge carry item through this for TorNis, though, so it has to be fast for the boss, and I mean fast, that he finds this. So let's see. Blue candle still doing work. We're just under 50% health on TorNis' side. And here we go. Lives will stay out the rest of the time. TorNis down to 3.5 hearts. Should be plenty. Just got sniped there, but again, 1 more candle and a couple more tiers. That one ought to do it. As soon as you see the way up and the way down onto the next floors, you got yourself a win. 1-0 lead on TorNis' side, and whew, that was going to get a lot closer than it looked like it might have, especially with the death early on. But there you see, boss going to reset himself by, well, as soon as the Polaroid stops procking. There we go. So boss going to reset himself that way, but great race right there, guys. That got really close at the end. So real quick, like I say, give us about 2 minutes here. We'll get both of these guys reset. Let me give you a link into both of their channels here. Tell them both great job here. And let's see. Yep, same guy save. There we go. There's a link into both TorNis and Boss's channel. Go tell them both great race and hang out in there for a couple minutes because I'm going to run a few minutes worth of ads. So go watch TorNis's over mine. Go hang out with Boss and he at the same time here. I'll be right back in about 2 minutes and we'll get round number 2 underway. Alrighty, we're back and we're clear. We flip this on over here, and we got round number 2 just about to get started. As you can see, we're still resetting on Boss's side. TorNis may still reset his as well. Boss found his. Yep, TorNis going to reset. So they've had no luck up to this point actually getting a room to start. Boss finally got his. And again, TorNis will be just another moment or two behind here. Aha, that may be a winner. You may look for a curse room too, though, so we'll see what happens. That may be your winner, though. Nope, we're looking for that curse room. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, my back is killing me right now. Nope, never mind. TorNis will take this one. So we're back and we're ready to go for round number 2. Again, you see TorNis on the left-hand side leading 1-0 right now over the BOILeR10987, who's on the right. And again, Boss going to look to even this up by getting through Mom's Heart first and look to tie this up in 1 apiece. TorNis going to look to do the same to get through Mom's Heart, but he's going to look to win 2-0, or 2-1 for that matter, if he can win either of the next 2 races. So again, these two are on a call. Let me get you a link into both of their channels. Oops. If I would stop misspelling this, I could link both of their channels. There we go. So this will get you into both TorNis and Boss's channels side by side. Go wish them both good luck. And again, whoever gets through this race with the win stays alive in the AFC East. Whoever loses it, sadly, they have no chance of winning that division anymore. So it would bring it down to just Vendrith and the winner of this race. Again, though, if Vendrith wins one more game, no matter what the outcome of this, it's still over in Vendrith. So we'll see what happens here, but again, good luck to you guys both whenever they're ready. And again, they will do their own countdown. Go in and wish them both good luck, like I said. It's all about staying alive for both of these guys. One of them's going to do it. And for those that don't understand the joke about TorNis on that one day he fires with his mouse, and I accidentally said that he fires with his mouth, which I did not mean to do. So, ooh, mulligan. What? Wow, second time this year I've seen the mulligan reset, and I'm mystified both times. Quad shot was the result of the reset, though. So, I'll let it slide, but wow, guys. Second time this year the mulligan's been reset? I gotta question that. I gotta question the mulligan reset. Quad shot worked out nicely. So, whatever, it worked beautifully. I don't question that. But, wow. I would take that any day of the week. I love mulligan. Mulligan would fire out randomly, would fire out friends till the end flies that are multipliers of your tier damage. And again, if you get a lot of luck up, you get a lot of flies. So that is a great find. But again, TorNis reset, got quad shot out of it. We ain't gonna cry. Alright, so a little bit of shot speed increase with that cat o' nine tails. And he'll be moving on down to the basement too. We got Team Bean. Assemble! On the right side for the boss. There you see. Ooh, he just missed with the timing on that. I thought Steven was close enough. Well, I'll be damned. Either way, though, fighting Steven just missed with that poison cloud that he got to fire off himself with the beam. So yes, that was a fart. And yes, it would add poison damage to anything that hit. But he'll fight off Steven, get one of two rewards, which we saw TorNis in the last round get the Steven damage up tumor. That's one option. The more likely scenario, though, is Little Steve, which is the follower with homing tears. TorNis immediately finding that second boss room. Yeah, might as well go kill it off now. He'll probably go back for his item after he takes out Monstro here. Ah, the spam bots. Ah, so many. Yeah, it's about 1 out of 6 chance at base. Yep, Oxidize is dead on that one. Let's give or take about 1 out of 6 seems pretty damn right. We'll have to see if we can prove that. It's going to take a lot of firing to prove that theory, but we can test that on week 14 as well. That'll just take a little bit longer. There's Little Steve, like I said, follower with homing tears. A little bit of a half-heart heal. And how about this? 2 pretty flies for TorNis. So 2 orbitals floating around blocking shots, and he'll be on down to the caves. No item room. Oh, excuse me again. Sorry about that. Yep, it stacks with Guppy, too. It's pretty ridiculously OP. How many points to win? We do a best 2 out of 3. And yeah, I was already beaten to the answer there, but we do a best 2 out of 3 all the way through the regular season and the playoffs. Playoffs go a little bit further than Mom's Heart. Basically, first week we'll go through Shale. You have to kill off the devil. Second week, you have to go through the cathedral and kill off Isaac. Final 2 weeks, the conference finals and the actual finals, you have to go through the chest. And again, whoever has home field advantage for each matchup in the playoffs, so the higher seed. So let's say, like first week you'll have number 3 versus number 5. Number 3 versus number 6, I can't do math. The number 3 seed will get to choose what racer they use and what rule they want to add in that affects both racers, mind you. but we won't tell the opponent until the day of the race, right as they're loading up the game. Like, okay, load up Eve as your racer, and we'll tell you the rule right as you start. So they get no practice with it. They are going to be on edge with that one, not knowing what to expect. So it's a huge home field advantage if you get the higher seed. Get 1 out of 6? Okay. I was going to say, that seems pretty accurate as far as what it seems like, so that works for me. Left hand on boss's side, more red chests will spawn now, both in rooms and after you clear them, you have a better chance as well. So we've seen those spawn everything from spiders, troll bombs, to teleports for that matter. You can actually get guppy items out of them as well. And once again on over, boss has found his room of significance to end the floor at the end of his basement 2. TorNis still just looking for item room and boss fight here in his Caves 1. And again, definite advantage left side, especially with that quad shot and 2 orbitals. But speaking of 2, poisoning both of the monstros in that room. Great shot there with the beam by boss. Again, already about halfway through this boss fight. Excuse me, room of significance to end the floor for the boss. Yeah, that's what I meant. Totally. Alright, a little bit of range up on boss's side will get us full heal out of it as well. Looks like we got even more flies, so TorNis basically at this point, now the game's taunting him and saying, oh, okay, let's give you infestation. Now if TorNis gets hit, he spawns a friend till the end attack fly that we would have seen with Mulligan just for free by shooting. So now the game's taunting him, and quite honestly, it's taunting him here. It'll take about 5 minutes before he's completely banned off of Twitch. I wouldn't worry about that one. Speaking of those red chests teleporting, TorNis getting such luck as he's getting into a god room here, and that gives him Blood of the Martyr. Notice now all 4 of his tiers just got damage increased on him, so they're now red tiers for even more damage output. I'll be very happy with this one. Mommy, Binding of Isaac's being mean to me. It's supposed to. Shut up. Basically how that conversation should go. Ooh, boss with a great place bean on that one. Got right out of the way of the poison shots incoming on him as well. There you see that Chariot card for TorNis. One-time use of that Unicorn Horn. And putting Pestilence to rest here. Gets himself that extra orbital. 3 now total, including that cube of meat. And again, he has no bomb, so that item rock gonna stay right where it is in the corner of the room, and he'll be on down to the caves too. Speaking of that, boss finding his room of significance to end the floor. And getting the hollow in here. So let's see, there's that well-placed beam once again hitting both of the hollows. For that matter, Eve's Dead Bird also doing a little bit of work here and damaging both of them. So it looks like boss going to be willing to skip over his item room as he is nowhere near getting back over to the other side that he needs to start clearing again. And my guess would be he'll be on down to the caves too himself. A little bit of health up and damage increase with the meat, and yep, that's a pretty much guarantee right there. On down to the caves too, so we're on the same floor, basically dead even, as we have not found any item rooms or boss fights yet. So we're pretty well dead even at the moment. Curse rooms can be great. They can also be real downfalls for you too, but I see exactly what Amy means. Like, they can be really, really helpful, case in point. And lo and behold, how about red chest could do the same thing, because there's Guppy's tail, so 1 piece of Guppy on the right side for the boss. And again, that's going to curse him into more chest spawns. Should be lock chest, but he's holding onto the left hand. So now there's, that gets a little interesting later on. If he got to keep this build all the way through the chest, that gets a little interesting. A little trolly, but a little interesting too. Yep, we based it off in the National Football League, so each person represents one team just to make the scheduling easier, especially on me. That makes it so that we get all of our tiebreakers with the exact same amount of conference plays and same amount of division opponents. That way we could also kind of put them into the divisions, and I could tell exactly how to do the standings. It was just the easy way for me to go through it, quite honestly. There was nothing else I could do. Otherwise, I would have really screwed up the schedules, like, bad. No, it has nothing to do with colors. Those are teams in the National Football League, like I was just saying. The colors just happen to be what's on the teams.
Alright, how about dual mini-boss fights here? We got Sloth on the left, we got Wrath on the right. Again, I can tell you which one's gonna die faster. Those quad shots doing a little more damage. Thankfully, Wrath will hit himself with his own bombs. Those will damage him, as you noticed. Mooncard would teleport TorNis directly into a Secret Room anytime he wanted it. Again, he is on a Curse of Darkness floor, so you can't tell where he's gonna wind up with that. That could get a little too random. We'll probably hang on to it at least for another floor. Sorry for the chair noise, by the way. This thing is just loud as hell, and I apologize. Yeah, it changes all the chests to red chests, so you're talking basically those 4 that you get at the initial part? No, you don't. Nope, those would be red. Gets a little trolly, like I said. See you, Elite. Have yourself a good one. And I think there's still a chance, and it's small, but I think there's still a chance there to lock chest, but it's pretty small at that point. Because it's not 100% red chest that you get off of the left hand, but it's pretty darn close to it from what I've seen. Like, there have been very few other chest spawns for me. But you will get gray ones, and you will get locked ones as well. They're just rare. Again, with those 3 orbitals, you get a lot of shots blocked like you saw. TorNis still getting hit once there, though. That was kind of cheap. But finding his item room here for Depths 1. Ooh, and the small rock. How about more damage up, more fire rate, and he moves a little bit slower. Oh, God, and adds on Mom's contacts for freeze effects to those quad shots. So random chance now that any of those shots that land on an enemy also freeze them in place for a couple of seconds. Again, you notice the initial damage up. There was that freeze effect as an enemy turned slightly gray. And, yeah, TorNis pretty much one-hitting everything now. Jeez. What's up, Coda? How you doing this evening? There you see that freeze effect, let alone that damage once again. Wow, that output. Well, apparently TorNis found his trick. Only get a 4-hour nap, and then you start getting random number-generated luck. Wow. Ooh, boss down. Ouch. One of those champion mobs hitting him for a full heart of damage right there as it opened up kind of unexpectedly as he was trying to push it over, and ouch, that backfired. And very nicely done with that chain reaction there on TorNis' side. He'll do the same thing with these 3. I'll make that he accidentally killed the red one first, but he was trying to do the same thing with those. And he'll move right on into his boss fight, and everybody likes it. It's Loki. Let's see those Mr. Cools if you're subscribed to Cobalt. Loki ought to have no chance of survival on this one. Alright, like, why can't I ever get builds that have been like some of the people's builds here in the league? There's been some craziness. So Boss's new starting item was Brother Bobby. You see following around behind doing pretty base damage shots. And he's got Headless Horseman, so guaranteed Black Pony at the end of this. That would give you flying plus movement speed and a space use charge. Again, Stem Cells health up and a little bit of fire, not fire rate, but shot speed increase. I said that incorrectly. And TorNis on down to the depths too, where in a secret room he immediately picks up the Unicorn Horn. So we saw him using the card with that earlier, but 7 seconds of invincibility and damage dealing. Also a third pretty fly that you won't even see show up, but yet another useful card. Excuse me, pill is what I meant to say, not card. See, TorNis going to open up that arcade just in case he needs it later. If you're wondering, he's playing it very safe, by the way, just in case he comes across mini greed heads or shopkeepers that'll knock coins out of you. So he made sure he could get in there if he does need to get back in. That is real playing it safe, but you might as well. You got nothing else to spend those coins on. TorNis on over towards his boss fight, and he's just going to head right on in and fight Blue Mom, so skipping over yet another item room here in the depths, too. And again, with this build, I don't blame him. Those were the mini greed heads I was talking about. When they hit you, you spill your coins. Now you see what I meant. That was exactly what I was warning about. Why, thank you, game. It's like you heard me. Alright, Common Cold on boss's side, so he's getting a lot of nice items on this run. He's now got Poison Effect on all of his tiers. And again, it's still a random chance that that hits or not. And, ooh, I can't believe that didn't actually kill Mom's foot. Amazing. This one will. So TorNis a little bit more health up now, up to 5 hearts. Make that 6, counting that soul heart he just grabbed. And he's going to keep Isaac's Fork for the heals instead of taking the Polaroid. Can't really blame him. Get a random offhand chance that you will get a half a red heart heal as you kill an enemy. Alright, Lover's Card would be 2 red heart spawns whenever boss drops that. Oh, jeez. All these items. Yeah, what the hell. So there's the 9 lives cap. So as you see, boss has now 9 lives. If you look up by that life thing, he also got a health uphill, so now he has 2 hearts on this life. If he were to die, though, he would come back to life with just 1 red heart, and you have 8 chances left. Again, that would put you in the last room that you cleared as well, for clarification. And again, TorNis now down in the Utero 1, the expansion version of the womb, just looking for a boss fight. There's no item rooms, no stores. So really just looking to find that, that boss fight and get on through to the womb 2 to find his mom's heart. Oh, excuse me, what did I say after kills? I'm sorry, I meant to say after clearing a room. You are completely correct. I meant to say that and F that up completely. My bad. Thank you, Duro. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for catching that one. That was stupid of me. I don't know why I say that every time knowing full well that's incorrect, but I do that like every time too, so thank you for noticing. Alright, immediate item room on boss's side. And once again, Eve's Dead Bird. If you get hit, chance, well, in this case, guaranteed chance, so 100%. I guess it's a chance. That Eve's Dead Bird will show up and try to do some damage for you if it happens across any enemies. Hey, good morning, Boss Gary. How you doing? Yeah, I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong. If I screw something up and somebody catches it, let me know. I mean, crap, I don't mean to do wrong information. That's the last thing I want to do here. So if I screw it up, let me know, because I'm stupid and I will screw it up. I'll be the first to admit, I will absolutely screw things up. Yeah, that's impossible. Alright, so TorNis actually kind of making this room a little bit tougher on himself. There we go, now he's ripping through Blast Assist. It's really all you have to do is worry about those one at a time and just take out the external portion. They can't shoot at you anymore. But moving right on into his Womb 1 boss fight here, and gonna get Conquest, who again, not a bro, but ought to get shredded with that freeze effect and now time and a half damage multiplier here for TorNis. Again, already over halfway through, making Conquest look like a joke by comparison to normal fights against him. Ooh, walking right into a beam of light there, though. That's why you basically want to stand still whenever Conquest goes off screen. You have a much better chance of not taking damage. So let's see, flying now for TorNis. Also a God Room and Scapular. If he were to get down to half a red heart, that'll spawn 1 full soul heart, the blue one for him. And he'll take the flying and that crack the sky usage that, again, those beams of light that Conquest brought down. So a little bit of movement speed increase, and that space use item now instead of the unicorn horn is that white pony. Hey, Scapular saved quite a few of our racers. They'll start vouching for how good it is to you. It's not that bad of a thing, especially in a race situation. You never know. Oh, nobody's got an ounce of quit in them. Like, seriously. Like, I've seen some crazy comebacks, and you never know. Like, just one random room. TorNis has been screwed over by one room in the depths, not having bombs to get through it, and basically having to reset his entire run. So we've seen craziness happen, and crazier will happen. So nobody's got that ounce to give up in them. Like, they're going to keep pushing through, because this game will screw people over, and you never know when it's your opponent's day. So, I'm not saying, like, oh, he's wishing for, you know, TorNis to get screwed over in any way, shape, or form, but you get what I mean. Like, you never give up because you just don't know. Ooh, how about a double gluttony fight here for TorNis? Again, still just pushing through, looking for Mom's heart. Yep, last race of the night. We get you a link here to the schedule. Oops. Boy, if I could spell. Let's try that again. There you go. Again, TorNis has found himself yet another dead end. More pills if he wants to hang on to one, though. He'll leave it behind. Again, Boss, pretty happy you can fly. We got the 2 different ponies. That might be a first time this year. We've seen the same pony on both sides. I'm not sure we've seen the different ones, though. I just now thought of that. I'm not sure that we've seen that. No, pony glitch is not allowed. No, if a glitch only benefits you in the league, it's not allowed. Like, you have to be having to take some type of risk. You can't just be like a straight up, like, okay, I know how to do this glitch. Awesome. Type of thing. Like, that's, there's no fun in that. If there's risk involved with it, though, then it becomes fun. So then we allow it. So anything basically like where you're invincible with the pony glitch, or, you know, like where you're just standing there and you take 0 risk for yourself. We're going to outlaw that. But if it's something like Kamikaze, where you run the risk of taking damage, like let's say you accidentally aren't hugging the wall when you're trying to glitch it, or you accidentally open up a way to a secret room, or you're walking past a door and do it, you're going to take damage, and again, that's a little bit risky. It's killed all but 2 of our racers, so we allowed that, if that makes sense. But again, TorNis moving on in, and with this great build is on into Mom's Heart Fight, and it's like the music knows. It's like the music knows. It jumped a little bit ahead, but it's like it knew. But again, right on in, already doing a bunch of damage. Froze Mom's Heart in place this time. Great timing there. And doing some pretty awesome damage. Keeps on freezing it, too, for that matter. Ooh, and also getting the Knight spawned already, so he's done quite a good clip of damage to Mom's Heart. It's darn near 50% done already. Again, these Knights are a little bit of an issue. Well, we got one of them down, so there's that randomness involved with Crack the Sky. Sometimes it hits, sometimes it misses, but we got one of those Knights dead with it. And TorNis will drop that 1 bomb he's got. He'll get Mom's Heart down under halfway and keep freezing her, so this keeps working out better and better on his side. That quad shot gives you just that many more opportunities to get a freeze effect in there. Again, there you see it'll stay out the rest of the time. TorNis plenty of help to get himself through this. Just has to worry about those Glovins not getting close enough to him. And just like that, as long as TorNis takes out that 1 extra Glovin, like I said, you have to wait for the light to show up on the way up and the cave on the way down. But TorNis, a 2-0 victor here tonight. And again, he keeps his playoff hopes oh so faintly alive, at least possibly until tomorrow. We'll see what happens. But there is TorNis' 4th victory of the season. Keeps himself just barely alive in the AFC West. And